Hey guys, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Chanel Classic Flap, specifically the mini, small, and medium sizes. I'm going to talk about each bag and then at the end compare to see what fits inside. But first, if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification button so that you don't miss any of my videos. Okay guys, so let's talk about the minis. The minis come in the square size, the rectangular size, and the mini top handle. The rectangular size and the mini top handle have the same exact dimensions with just a few differences. And then the square is going to be the smallest of the three. The mini square is currently retailing for $4,200 US, the rectangle $4,400, and then the mini top handle is $4,800. The main leather that you're going to find the minis coming in nowadays is the lambskin. They used to do minis in caviar leather, which is the grained calf skin, but they stopped doing that in 2018 and they have not since released caviar minis except for last year when they introduced the mini top handle. The very first season came in caviar and ever since then they've come in lambskin. Some other leathers and materials you can find minis in are tweed, which is a seasonal item, metallics or iridescence, which usually come in goatskin or lambskin and sometimes even calfskin. I also saw this really pretty blue satin bag that was featured on the 22A collection runway show. If satin is something that you like, this would be probably the time to text your SA and let them know that you're interested in it. I'm not sure if it'll come in small or medium, but it looks really pretty. Now, if you look at the differences between the mini, the square is going to be the smallest of the three, with the rectangle and the mini top handle like I have here having the same dimensions length and height wise. The main differences between these is that the square and the rectangle have two grommets at the top with the chain coming out of the grommets just like in the classic flap. The only difference is they have two grommets instead of four. It can be worn crossbody or as a long shoulder bag, really depending on your height. Sometimes the chain, especially on the rectangular minis, can be longer than on the square minis. People will shorten them by buying little bag clips and clipping the chain on the inside or using a ribbon to adjust it so that they can use it as a shoulder bag or just to make it shorter to accommodate for their height. I have the mini top handle here. So the mini top handle does not have any grommets on top, but it does have this leather top handle with the chain attached here via D-rings. The chain on the mini top handle is thinner than on the square and on the rectangle. This bag can be used as a top handle. You can also wear a crossbody or as a long shoulder bag. Somebody in an earlier video commented and asked if there was any way to shorten the chain on this bag. And there is one way. It's sort of like what people do for the walk, and it would be by crossing the chain underneath the flap like so on one side, repeating for the other side, closing it, and then you will have a shoulder length bag. Next up in sizing, we have the small classic flap and the medium classic flap. The small is retailing for $8,200 and the medium is retailing for $8,800. With prices like those, it is no surprise that the hot flap bags right now are the minis because they're half the price of these. Now, just like the minis, you can find these in the lambskin leather, but you can also still find these in the grained caviar leather, which is Chanel's most popular leather by far. You can also find these just like the minis in the iridescent and metallic bags. You can find them in tweed. Even more rarely, you can find them in denim. That is another material that I forgot to mention before. But also I've seen some really pretty vintage classic flaps and other materials like jerseys. So throughout the years, they haven't introduced these in various materials, but the two main leathers you're going to find are the lambskin and the caviar. Now there is a slight sizing difference between the small and the medium. The small measures 5.7 by 9.1 by 2.4 inches. The medium measures 6.1 by 10 by 2.6 inches. So as you can see, the medium is just a little bit longer than the small. It doesn't make a huge difference in the size, but it can kind of change the look of the bag a little bit. So you might find that you prefer the small or the medium for your frame, or both work for you. It just really depends on you, but the shape is slightly different. The small is just a little bit more square and the medium is more elongated. So besides size and price, there are a couple of key differences between the minis and the small and medium classic flaps. The first one being is that the small and the medium have 4 grommets. The grommets are these circular holes that you see the chain coming out of. These give you the ability to either wear the bag as a double chain shoulder strap or a longer single chain shoulder strap. Some people can manage to wear it crossbody, but a lot of people can't. It comes up pretty high compared to the minis. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, it comes at the boob. If you're a more petite person, you might get away wearing it comfortably as a crossbody, but minis really are better for crossbody use. Now the other main differences are going to be in the interior of the bag. When you open the bag, the first difference you will find, besides the grommets of course, is this zip pocket. This you will not find in the minis. The next difference is going to be what is known as the double flap. You don't have this in the minis, it's just a single flap bag. When you open up the bag, you will have this button snap closure, this pocket, and then when you look inside the bag, you'll also have this lipstick holder and then these 2 pockets on the inside. Now let's open the mini and see what it looks like inside. Now the first thing you're going to notice is that there's no zip pocket in the flap. Inside you have a single compartment. There is no double flap like you have on the other classic flaps. You also don't have the button closure, which is the button closure for the double flap. And then on the inside, it's a single compartment. You don't have the lipstick holder or the 2 back pockets. You just have a zip compartment in the back. So now let's compare all 3 sizes and their capacity. First up, I have packed my medium classic flap with all of my daily essentials. So if we open it up, first I am going to show you how I've packed it inside. As you can see, it is pretty full and it does fit quite a lot. First, I have my cell phone. I like to keep it in this pocket because it's easy to grab. Next up, I have a flat card case, a tampon, some sunglasses out of the case, a mask, a lip gloss, a hand cream, my AirPods, a car key, a zippy coin purse, which is what I use for my daily wallet, and some gum. Now, if you like to use long wallets, this would be a good size for you. It does fit a long wallet comfortably inside, but it takes up most of the space of the bag. However, you can still fit other items like a lip gloss, a car key, your gum, your cell phone, and that is what it looks like inside. You still have a little bit of room, so if you want to pack something small like your AirPods, you can. Let's see if I can fit my sunglasses. And there it is, full to the brim. So this one has a great capacity and the most capacity of the 3. Next, I packed the small classic flap size, so let's take a look and see what I have fit inside. I have packed these to the brim. I normally wouldn't carry this much, but I just wanted to show the capacity. So first up in the front pocket, I have my phone, and my phone is the iPhone 12 Pro Max, so it's the largest iPhone size there is. I have a pair of sunnies, not in the case, a lip gloss, a tampon, a face mask, a car key, some gum, my AirPods, and then I have my coin purse, the zippy coin purse from Chanel. This is a larger card holder, so if you wanted to save a little room, you can use a flat card holder and have a lot more space. Now you are able to very snugly fit a long wallet inside, but it pretty much takes up the whole entire bag. You might be able to slide your phone in there, so it is not ideal, but if you have to have a long wallet, it does fit, so just something to think about. Now lastly, I packed my mini top handle. The mini top handle, as I mentioned earlier in the video, has the same dimensions as the rectangular mini, so you're going to be able to fit the same amount of things inside. Unfortunately, I don't have a square mini to compare as far as what fits, but it is a little bit smaller, so you are going to fit a little less. I have tried the mini square in store and have a little hard of a time fitting in my iPhone Pro Max 12. It's not an impossible fit. You can put it in there, but it does kind of stretch the bag out a little bit, which I didn't find ideal because over time it's going to stretch the leather. Now let's open up the mini and see what I have packed inside. So first up, I have a lip gloss, my sunglasses without the case, a flat card holder, my iPhone 12 Pro Max, gum, a tampon, my AirPods, and finally my car key. Now, a lot of people like to say that the mini rectangle and the small classic flap have the same capacity because the mini rectangle doesn't have the double flap and thereby you can fit more. I don't exactly agree. I think you could fit just a tiny bit more in the small classic flap. If you want something like a long wallet or something like that, you can fit it in the small, whereas you cannot fit a longer wallet in the mini at all. However, the capacity is similar enough when you're using a card case and carrying your essentials that it doesn't justify paying the price of the small, and I think that's why the mini is so popular, especially nowadays because people don't really use long wallets as much. They're using a compact wallet or a card case because mainly they're paying with credit cards. So you don't need a wallet that carries cash or as many things anymore. So that's where the value is, and I think that's where people make the comparison. This is pretty much half the price of this, so it's a much better buy and you're carrying around all of your essentials. Well guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below if you have a favorite size, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.